As a woman. As a woman, I have learned many things over the years. Some I agree with, and others have brought me to tears. As a young girl, I was told to beware of strangers, and to avoid all danger, I had to cover up and be inside before the sun went down. As I walked down the streets to the store, I learned what it meant to be stared at, catcalled, and made to feel disgusted and violated by what men have said or done. Comments that have made me want to run. I mean, can you believe a 20-year-old woman was robbed of her life and made to keep silent for the wrongs of someone else who decided it was right? Sexual harassment and the pay gap are two problems that unfortunately many women deal with. But the ones who take advantage of them are the ones who will stand in court and plead the fifth. There are young girls who learn to hate themselves because they don't have the ideal body or pretty face. They learn to reject who they are and do whatever it takes to get a taste. We are told to keep our virtue until the day we are married, unless we want to die and with our sons be buried. We are told to look nice and fragile, but to remain quiet instead of aggressive and agile. Somehow it becomes our fault if we are touched or hurt by a man just because of what we wear. We are seen as the provocative sirens, and that's just not fair. As a woman, I have learned what it means to feel brainwashed, to feel thrown and tossed, and what it means to keep my head up high in this world. I have learned how to never give up and how to break the glass ceiling. Somehow, I learned to be vigilant as a girl. As a woman, I have yet to endure the aches and pains of having children and have yet to prove what I'm all about. Because even if I make a fortune one day, even if I make $1 trillion, I know that deep down there will be a hint of doubt.
It's first period. My male administrator tells me I need to change because they're worried if I raise my hand too high, they might see some of my midriff and that could be a distraction. Second period. I'm still sitting in the office. The balding man asks me if I can call a parent to bring me a change of clothes. The same parents that have to work weekends just to make a living, it's like he's forgotten I need my education just to make my 81 cents to his dollar. Third period. I remember freshman year. Our female administrators told the girls in our class we need to cover up because boys can't control themselves and if something were to happen to us, we'd be asking for it. I found out later that no one told the boys to keep their hands to themselves. I was taught that my education is less important. We learn through small gestures, over time. Like a plant growing, we don't see it till it blooms. Fourth period. One of my classmates asks me how I can expect respect when I'm not dressed like I deserve. Like a 1/4 inch of my stomach made a difference, like she didn't know what it was like to be objectified, to be treated like she was less than, the emotional counterpart, like she hadn't grown up hearing this is a man's job. Fifth period. As a little girl, I was upset that the Bible told me Eve was made from Adam's rib. And maybe I was made from his rib, but there are about 100 trillion cells in my body, and each and every one of them is still multiplying. I consider this an accomplishment in itself. And I can't stop thinking about this. But I'm in English class. And maybe this is symbolism, but there are women in my life who don't know light radiates from the palms of their hands, and my mother sculpted me from bits of herself. Sixth period. I remember the first time I was catcalled. I was 12 years old. In my forest green school uniform, walking the block back to my aunt's apartment, when a man told me the things he would do to my body as I passed him in the street. My body that I was struggling to feel comfortable in, my 12-year-old body that was still trying to figure out how to put mascara on or stuff my bra without making it too obvious. It's the final bell. And the rape culture announcement makes its way onto the intercom. Remember, students, the boys will open your bodies like books. We have given them permission to read, even when the only word printed is no.